Why did we make the golden calf? We made the golden calf because we didn't connect the Torah to the world yet. So we said Moshe Rabbeinu is up in heaven, but I live in this world, and this world I have no connection to God. If I want to have a little connection, I'll make it via the golden calf. What can I do? So what was the fixing? The fixing is that God gave us Torah Shebaal Peh, the oral tradition, which is awesome. We had it before, but it was included in the Torah, and after the golden calf, Mamash, God gave it to us, and Mamash, I want you to open your heart. You know what Torah Shebaal Peh is? Something unbelievable. I'll tell you a good story. I think I shared it with you, but maybe not with everyone. What are all the tshuvas, all the Torah Shebaal Peh for? It's not when things are right. When things go wrong, what am I doing then? What am I doing when things go wrong? You see, if I teach my child only what to do when everything is right, and I never teach them what to do when it's wrong, I didn't give them any education. Because everybody knows what to do when things are right. What do you do when things are wrong? What am I doing when I'm falling apart? What am I doing when I can't get my act together? I'll tell you an unbelievable story just to give you a taste. Reb Moshe Feinstein was like the greatest in the world, one of the greatest in the world. What was his specialty? When things go right, you don't need Reb Moshe, right? You open a Shulchan, you look it up. When do you need Reb Moshe? When things go wrong. Let's assume a woman comes from Russia. I mean, this was his specialty. He saved thousands of families. A woman comes from Russia, and her husband didn't want to come. And here she is. She meets somebody. She wants to get married. But she doesn't even have her husband's address anymore. And who'll go there to try to get? What are you going to do? Right? Thousands of stories like this. I have the privilege. Reb Moshe, there's a tshuva from Reb Moshe to me. I think I told it over to Mimi. Unbelievable story. You're not permitted to marry a woman who's pregnant from somebody else until she has the baby. Okay. It's a long, long story. But anyway, to make it very short. One of my friends, it was a few years ago, she's going with the boy, and they broke up. Then she goes with another boy. This is already a Shir Bocha, a top man. And, top. What do you think is top? Her father is a very simple Yid. And he says to her, I'm going to marry you. And besides sounding course, before you get married, you have to rehearse a little bit. And doing your rehearsing, she got pregnant. The moment this top man hears she's getting pregnant, suddenly he got cold feet because he thinks that his parents will not agree that he should marry a daughter of a very simple Yid, because his father told him he wants him to marry the daughter of a Rosh Yeshiva. Right? I mean, this is unbelievable, right? Mamash makes you feel so good. So he suggested to her that she should have an abortion. Okay, and I was friendly with her, called her up from time to time. One day I called her up and says, I knew she's going with this top man. I said, what's going on? So when are you getting married? Because she was supposed to get married to him. She says, forget it, I'm through with old men. I have nothing to do with men anymore. And I know one thing, when a woman gets married, when a woman gets pregnant, sometimes at the beginning stage she's angry with all men of the world. There's something like that. I said to her, you know something? We are good enough friends, I can talk to you straight. I have a feeling you're pregnant. She broke down crying. She said, I got to talk to you. God bless you. I'm meeting her a few days later. Do you know I didn't recognize her? I did and I didn't. She looked like she has run down for 100 years. She says, listen to me. I want you to know I have 2 days to commit suicide. Because it's clear to me that I'm not having an abortion. And it's clear to me he's not going to marry me. And it's also clear to me my parents are very frum. When they find out I'm pregnant, my father will have a heart attack on the spot. It's not that they'll throw me out from the house, but they will be so aggravated. I cannot do it to my father. I have one easy way. I have one easy way to commit suicide. So I asked her, well, what about this boyfriend that you had before this one, who loved you so much, and you didn't want to marry him? Did you tell him? She says, I'll tell you the truth. I did tell him. He said, he's marrying me within 2 seconds. So I said, so why don't you? Anyway, okay, it was not the greatest love of her life. I says, right now you're saving your life and the baby's life. But here comes the deep thing. You're not permitted to marry someone who's pregnant from another man, right? So I had the privilege of going to the halachic Reb Moshe Feinstein. And she was weird. She said, I'm committing suicide in 2 days. I went to Reb Moshe, and it was unbelievable. Now, you know, he had phone calls day and night from the whole world, right? Called up Reb Moshe, went down and told him the whole story. I told him it's a question of life and death. If by tomorrow morning 10, I don't tell her what to do, she's committing suicide. She was a very strong woman, you know. She was not a little stupid girl. Anyway, he says, come back tomorrow morning 7 o'clock. Maybe it sounds simple to some people, you know, you're not permitted to marry someone who's pregnant. It's not so simple, right? Because every word in the Gemara is cutting right through all of our lives, right? He says to me, I want you to was up all night, and I found Baruch Shem Hette, and he gives me the whole truth. It's printed now in one of the igros Moshe, humble letter to humble me. He says, I want you to know it was very, very hard, he says. So, what would I mean to say? You know what Torah Shebaal Peh is? Mamish, the deepest involvement in life. It's mamish alive, right? You know, imagine Reb Moshe would not be a big Gaon. He would say, listen, I'm sorry, you're not permitted. Hang yourself, commit suicide. Who cares, right? That would mean that the Torah is bankrupt, right? That the Torah, when it comes to the real crucial, can you help me? You know, if I'm well, who needs a doctor, right? You know, I don't want to say anything bad. They asked the Reform Rabbi, are you permitted to carry an umbrella on Shabbos? He says, under no circumstances. I tell him, and if it's raining? He says, it's raining. Something else, right? You know, when everything goes right, sure the Torah is easy. What am I doing when it's raining, right? You know what it is? What we need. You see, we are in exile because the Torah and the world is not together. Because the Torah and the world is not together. We haven't learned it yet. And basically, I want you to know in the deepest depths, in the mamish, I mean, this is awesome, right? Do you know that in a certain very, very deep way, the men have to learn Torah, right? The women, our holy sisters, have a better sense of this world than we men have. facts of life. And you see what it is. The snake comes to Eve, not to Adam. Because, you know what the snake says? If I can make this world ugly for Chava, that will be a gewalt, right? If I can put in her head there's good and bad, right? Every second it's good and bad, I have to have the world destroyed. If I tell the man the world is bad, he says, okay, I'm running back to my Gemara, right? Simple as it is. Okay, let me finish the story with the girl. The next morning, 10 o'clock, I saw the girl. She called up this other boyfriend, and she got married to him.
The first one.
What? The one who was good to her.
Yeah.
The one she thought is not so good. Anyway.
The one that didn't get her pregnant.
Didn't get her pregnant, yeah. Anyway, and then Baruch Hashem, she had 8 children. Wait. I didn't see her for many, many years. It was mamish crazy. The first time I went down with Neshama to the Holy Wall, there she was standing with that girl who was born because I got the head from Reb Moshe, right? Because she would have committed suicide. And she says to me, you know that she doesn't know that even know you, she doesn't know. But she listens to your music all the time. And she says she had a very special connection to me, inside, right? 8 children. 8 children. You know what that means? That means Reb Moshe saved 8 lives, right? So what? And the girl, right? 9, right? And Moshe this man also, because he really loved her.